We have reached a very special part of today's event where we get to recognize a very important cause and initiative. October, which is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, is around the corner, and at Simplify, we are so thrilled to be able to support in the fight against breast cancer through our Pink ETF. So Pink is the first fund to donate all net proceeds to Susan G. Komen, and today is the second year that we get to hand over this big pink check to the organization.
It's real.
And it's real. I'd love to introduce you to Mike Taylor, who is the PM of Pink, and also Stacy Spitzkopf, who is an executive director of Susan G. Komen here in New York. And they will both share a few words of the cause and the fund. And I'm going to just pass it over to you, Stacy, to start with. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Rania. We know that breast cancer is a cause that is personal to many of you at Simplify Asset Management and probably many of you here today. We are so grateful for your commitment and passion to our continued partnership. The Pink Fund will allow us to continue to fund our mission to meet the most critical needs of our communities and invest in breakthrough research to prevent and cure breast cancer. In the past year alone, Komen has awarded just over $19 million to over 50 research grants. We've held more than 200 legislative meetings with members of both sides. We've provided educational content to over 2.7 million people through website visits and through training events. And we've provided more than 42,000 patient care services to over 30,000 people. As many of you know, countless breast cancer patients must make very difficult decisions. Sometimes they need to choose between paying for rent or paying for their life-saving treatment. This is where financial toxicity threatens the lives of breast cancer patients everywhere. And this is where Komen steps in to help through our financial assistance program. Just in this last year, we've been able to fund over $9 million to over 16,000 individuals. And we know that demand for services is greater now than ever before. And it's only through the support of our partners like Simplify Asset Management that we can provide support to men and women facing breast cancer and those living with metastatic breast cancer. Your continued partnership will benefit breast cancer patients across the country, as well as new discoveries and advancements for breast cancer treatment and financial support. Our vision is to create a world without breast cancer, and we would not be able to do that without support from our partners like Simplify. Thank you again.
Thank you. No, you stay with me. Come on. You stay with me. We'll get together. It'll be a duo. Thank you for coming today so very much. I'm Michael Taylor. I'm the portfolio manager of Pink. And Pink is an actively traded healthcare fund that you too can buy on the stock exchange right now. So I am also one of the largest shareholders of Pink. And I guess I don't disclose that enough. One of the easy things to do as an investor for the past 20 years running a hedge fund is to invest in myself. And that's sort of how I profit from Pink, is that I am a major investor. But I also, all my compensation goes to the Susan Komen Foundation, which is so wonderful, and the net fees. And it is just such an honor to work with the Simplify team. And that's right, Paul, back there. I'm calling you out right now. That young man in the back standing made it all possible, all right? Which is such a big deal because this has never been done before, where something like this could be done pro bono and it goes to such a good cause so that you can do well as an investor and do good for breast cancer and cancer patients everywhere, because all that research that goes into it is small incremental steps towards a cure. And that's what we're all here for. Nobody has escaped cancer in any family. I'm sure you've all been touched by it. I have. Just a couple months ago, I got my first random hug. I was at a race with my son, and he was weighing out at the scales. And a woman came up to me and she recognized who I was. And she said she was an investor in Pink and a breast cancer survivor. I teared up. I couldn't believe that I made a difference to somebody, anyone. It was just absolutely wonderful. And that was the greatest compensation I could ever get, is giving somebody a hand who really needed it And Susan Komen makes that possible. So thank you so much. We're just at the beginning. We just are coming to the end of our second year. I'm not allowed to talk about the performance in this format, but I would draw your attention to the performance of Pink versus all the others for the past 2 years. Am I allowed to say that, Paul? I draw your attention? Yes, okay. Thank you. All right. SEC. So this is just the beginning, the genesis, and we are looking forward to many, many more zeros. So thank you for your attention and your time. And remember, 17% of GDP is in healthcare, and Pink is a fantastic solution to that problem. Thank you.